Brewers hosting the New York Yankees. But before the game, a little old-timers action. That's Greg Nettles, a former Yankee, hitting a double off the right field wall. It came against Rollie Fingers, a former relief pitcher for the Brewers. So Greg Nettles showing that he can still hit the ball. Moving out of action between the Yankees and the Brewers. Here in the top of the first inning, Jesse Barfield at the plate. He will line a single to left field, scoring Steve Sachs from second base. RBI number 43 for Barfield, and the Yankees led 1-0. Then later in the top of the first inning, with the bases loaded, Hensley Mullins comes through for the Yankees. He hits a single to left center field, scoring Don Mattingly and Jesse Barfield. RBIs number 15 and 16 for Mullins, and the Yankees led 3-0. Moving now to the bottom of the first inning, a fine play by Don Mattingly. Here, Willie Randolph, a former Yankee, at the plate, and Randolph hits a ball to Mattingly, who makes a diving stop, then starts a 3-6-3 double play. A nice play by Don Mattingly of the Yankees. Moving now to the bottom of the third inning, the Milwaukee Brewers score 3 runs and tie the score. Here with the Yankees leading 3-1, Candy Maldonado grounds a single up the middle. It scores Billy Spires from third base. RBI number 3 for Maldonado, and the score is 3-2 New York. Then later in the bottom of the third inning, Greg Vaughn lines a single to center field. It scores Robin Yount from third base, and it tied the score 3-3. The score remained 3-3 until the bottom of the seventh inning when Willie Randolph would break the tie. Here he singles to left field, scoring Billy Spires from second base. Hensley Mullins' throw is wild. He gets an error on this play, and that allows Paul Molitor to score. The Brewers score 2 runs on this play and led 5-3. Then later in the bottom of the seventh inning, with Milwaukee leading 6-3, Candy Maldonado belts a 2-run home run to left center field, his first home run of the year, and the Brewers led 8-3 after 7 innings. But the Yankees would come back and win this game. Here in the top of the 8th inning, Jesse Barfield belts a solo home run to left center field, his 15th home run of the year, RBI number 44, and the score is 8-4 Milwaukee. The next batter up in the top of the 8th inning, Kevin Moss, would do the same. He belts a solo home run to deep right field, home run number 13 from Moss, and the score was 8-5. Moving out of the top of the 9th inning, Mel Hall wins the game for the Yankees with men on first and third and 2 outs. He belts a double to the right center field gap. It scores Don Mattingly from third base, and Kevin Moss scores all the way from first. It gave the Yankees a 9-8 lead. Mel Hall gets caught in a rundown between second and third base. He's tagged out, but the Yankees hold on in the bottom of the 9th inning and defeat the Brewers 9-8.
Saturday in Oakland as the A's played host to the Kansas City Royals. Bottom of the third inning with no score. This athletic ball boy will make a nice leaping catch on the Jamie Quirk foul ball in front of the stands, robbing a fan of a souvenir. The ball boy gives that fan his condolences. Move now to the top of the 4th inning with Jim Eisenreich off of third base. Kurt Stillwell hits a ground ball to short. A nice play by Ernest Riles to get to it, but he drops it trying to throw out Stillwell. In comes Eisenreich, 1-0 Kansas City. It was 2-0 after 4, and then this guy lets go a paper airplane, trying to get it onto the field, but it doesn't quite make it. Top of the 7th inning, Danny Tartable with a solo homer off of Dave Stewart to left center field. His 14th home run of the year, RBI 49 for Tartable. He has now hit 9 straight games and is 3-0 Kansas City. This lucky couple has just got engaged, as the woman did say yes to the young man. Bottom of the 7th inning. Bases full, 2 outs for Harold Baines. Neil Loans for a grand slam off of Storm Davis. Out into right center field. It's his second grand slam this season. He now has 50 RBI on the year. And the A's lead is now 4-0 over the Kansas City Royals on the grand slam by Harold Baines. Next batter up would be Dave Henderson, and he'd launch a rocket to left field. The first back-to-back home runs this year by the A's. Home run number 18 for Henderson. He also has 50 RBI, and the A's lead is 5-3. They go on to win 6-3. Dennis Eckersley strikes out Brian McRae to end the game. The A's end a 4-game losing streak. Dave Stewart the winner. He's 5-4. Storm Davis the loser, 2-7. Eckersley his 21st save of the season. Saturday night as the Padres hosted the Giants, top of the first inning. The Giants jump out quickly. Will Clark with a base hit to left field. Mike Felder came in to score from second base. RBI 54 for Clark. 1-0 San Francisco. 2-0 Giants when Bip Roberts gets the Padres out of the inning with the great play on Terry Kennedy's ground ball and kept the score 2-0. To the third now, Mark Leonard up for San Francisco, and he hits a 2-run home run to left field off of Eddie Lee Whitson. Home run number 1 for Leonard this year. He picks up Will Clark, RBI 9 and 10, and San Francisco is out in front 4-0. Bottom of the fifth, 4-1 now when Bip Roberts will slap a ball the opposite way off of Trevor Wilson down the right field line. Mike Felder will trip over the bullpen out there in right field. Scott Coolbaugh will come in to score. 4-2 San Francisco. We take another look at Felder tripping over the mound in right field, going after Bip Roberts' ball. The ball also hit Felder square in the side of the head. These three guys using their beach towels to the best of their abilities. Bottom of the sixth inning, Fred McGriff off of first base, and he'll go to second base on Gerald Clark's base hit to center field. But McGriff will hobble into second base with a sprained right ankle. He had to leave the game, and he is listed day-to-day. 4-3 now, top of the ninth inning when Robbie Thompson will hit a solo home run to left field, his 9th home run of the year. RBI number 22 for Thompson, and this gave San Francisco a 5-3 lead. The next batter up for the Giants will be Terry Kennedy, and Kennedy will hit a solo homer to right field, his 2nd of the year. RBI number 6 for Kennedy, and that gave San Francisco a 6-3 lead, and they would hold on to defeat the San Diego Padres 6-4. Trevor Wilson the winner, Whitson the loser, Righetti his 10th save. Los Angeles Dodgers checking up on the competition as he reads the Braves media guide in the dugout on Saturday evening. Top of the first inning, Brett Butler with the big swing and the miss, and he loses his bat down the first base line. Then Tom Glavine will pitch again to Brett Butler, and Butler will strike out, and while he does, throws the bat towards the mound. Glavine coolly picks it up and tosses it back to the slippery-fingered leadoff hitter. Top of the third, Glavine protects himself on that Lenny Harris line drive back to the box. He catches it. One more look at the life-saving catch by Tom Glavine. Move now to the top half of the 5th inning. A man on base for the Dodgers and Garrett Carter at the plate. And Carter will rip a double to the left center field gap as it will roll to the wall by Lonnie Smith. Cal Daniels scoots around to score, and the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead over the Braves. The beach balls were going in the stands on a Saturday evening in Atlanta. And in the bottom of the 6th inning, Tim Belcher will leap off the mound to get this Otis Nixon drag bunt, and he throws him out while falling to the ground. A great play by the Dodgers pitcher, Tim Belcher, and we'll take one more look at the fine effort to get the speedster Otis Nixon at first base. Belcher still in the 6th, strikes out Deion Sanders to end the inning. On a called 3rd strike, Belcher worked 7 2/3 innings before being relieved. The Braves would rally behind their fans, bottom of the 9th inning, as Tommy Lasorda prays for a miracle, but he wouldn't get one. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs, Terry Pendleton on 3rd base. Lasorda would just get the opposite as Lemke, a line drive to Alfredo Griffin, who apparently catches it for the final out of the ball game, but umpire Randy Marsh waved it off. He ruled that Griffin trapped the ball, the run would score, tie game. Lasorda can't believe it. Griffin goes nuts. We'll take 2 looks at this catch. As it is a catch by Griffin, but Randy Marsh rules that he did not catch the ball. Terry Pendleton came in to score. That made the score 1-1. Here's another look at the catch by Alfredo Griffin that was ruled a no catch. He can't believe that they disallowed the catch. Randy Marsh says no way. He gets into an argument with Lasorda, throws him out of the game, and this game now is in extra innings, tied at 1. In the top of the 11th now as they play on, Juan Samuel hits a ground ball to second base. Mark Lemke will get there. He makes a nice play to get it, but he throws it away from Mark Bell at first base. Samuel safe at first. Lenny Harris comes in to score 2-1 LA. That would be the final score as Mark Bell grounds out 4-6-3 for a game-ending double play as the Los Angeles Dodgers win a wild affair at Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium, defeating the Atlanta Braves by a final score of 2-1 in 11 innings. And that's it from Atlanta this evening.
Expos taking on Jimmy Leland and the Pittsburgh Pirates. In the bottom of the first with 2 outs, Pittsburgh's Barry Bonds misses this ball as it bounces by him. Von Calderon to second base with the double, but Pittsburgh starter Randy Tomlin will then strike out Tim Wallach to end the bottom half of the first inning. In the top of the second, Bonds turns the tables a bit. He hits a drive that gets by Kenny Williams, and Bonds goes to second base with the double. Brian Barnes making the start for Montreal, and with Bonds on third in the top half of the second, he strikes out Don Slaught for the second out of the inning. He then strikes out Randy Tomlin to end the inning. We move now to the bottom of the fourth, where Randy Tomlin strikes out Kenny Williams. Tomlin gave up 1 run and 4 hits in 6 innings. In the top of the fifth, with 2 outs, we'll see a nice play by Tim Wallach for Montreal. Wallach with a great diving backhand stop on Jay Bell's ground ball down the third base line, but unfortunately the throw to first base was too late. In the bottom of the sixth, with 1 out, the Expos open up the scoring. Von Calderon with the blue broken bat single over third base. Marquise Grissom scores to make it 1-0 Montreal. RBI number 47 on the season for Calderon. Barnes allowed only 1 run and 4 hits in 7 1/3 innings, but remained winless in 10 starts this season. In the top of the eighth, with 1 out, Scott Ruskin on the mound now for Montreal. Bobby Bonilla with the double off the left center field wall. Andy Van Slyke scores, and that ties the game at 1 for Bonilla, his 41st RBI of the year. In the top of the ninth, with 2 outs, Gary Redus at the plate for Pittsburgh. He hits a single to right field off of Barry Jones. Pinch runner Gary Varsho scores from second base to make it 2-1 Pittsburgh for Redus, his 6th RBI of the season. The Pirates would take it by the final of 2-1 in the bottom of the ninth. Runners on first and third. Bill Landrum comes on to pick up his 15th save of the year. He gets Ron Hassey to ground out to Gary Redus to end the game. 2-1 Pirates. Pittsburgh has won 4 straight games, while the Expos have lost 6. 2-1 Pittsburgh Saturday night at Olympic Stadium.
Saturday night in Anaheim, Doug Rader and his California Angels host the Texas Rangers. In the top of the third, with Chuck Finley pitching for the Angels, Brian Downing will hit a ground ball up the middle that Luis Sojo makes a nice diving stop. He'll throw Downing out, but Mike Stanley will score, giving Texas a 1-0 lead. For Downing, that would be RBI number 23. Still in the top of the third, Rafael Palmeiro will drill a solo home run, his 8th of the year, to right field. This will be his 30th RBI, and Texas is up 2-0. The Angels would cut the lead in half to 2-1, but in the top of the fourth, Mike Stanley doubles down the third base line. Julio Franco comes in to score. That's Stanley's 15th RBI on the year, and Texas is leading 3-1. Then in the bottom of the fourth, the Angels would get the run right back as Lance Parrish will take Gerald Alexander's first pitch of the inning to deep left field. This will be his 8th home run of the season, and Texas now leads 3-2. Then in the top of the fifth, Texas goes up 4-2. As with runners on second and third, Julio Franco hits an infield chopper that shortstop Dickie Schofield can't come up with. Rafael Palmeiro scores. Franco picks up his 40th RBI. Then we move to the bottom of the 7th inning with Texas leading 4-3. Gary Gaetti singles to left field. Wally Joyner comes around to score. And the game is tied at 4 through 7 innings. In the top of the ninth, the Angels' consecutive errorless game streak will be broken at 14 games as Dave Winfield boots a Ruben Sierra single to right field. Sierra goes on to second base. 14 games did establish an American League record, but is 1 short of the Major League record held by the '75 Cincinnati Reds. And with the game tied at 4 through 9, we'll head to extra innings.